Thank you, Brooke, for that gracious introduction. And I'm assuming this sound is good with everyone? Okay, great. Thank you again for having me. I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to share with you this morning on how to create the ultimate guest experience. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 15 years experience in sales and having my own business, and let me backtrack, a successful sales career with those three companies and being a success with my business. The information I'm going to share with you this morning, I use this myself and I teach my clients to use it. So hopefully you'll get something out of it this morning. So again, thank you for having me. Now I'll read this since the screen is not that great, but it says resources are scarce and consumers are responding to financial belt tightening by becoming more selective and more demanding in their choices. Improving customer service is not a luxury, it is a necessity. So what I'm going to share with you this morning is how you can deal with the four types of customers and creating the ultimate guest experience and improving your customer service. Because at the end of the day, it's going to affect your bottom line. But first, did you know that when when a customer walks into your place of business, whether it is a retail establishment, a hotel, or an attraction, that they make a decision about you in the business within 90 seconds. So you have 90 seconds or less to establish rapport. And when you establish rapport, you are making these three connections with your customer. And because people do business with those that they know, like, and trust. There are no ways around it. So really successful businesses, they create an environment, they train their employees on how to meet those standards in 90 seconds or less. How are you going to connect with your customer? By creating trust between the two of you, letting them know more about the company, their business, or the establishment they're walking into, and hopefully that you're going to use the tools today I'm going to share with you so they like you, because there's an art to it. So let's get down to business. Now, did anyone see the Devil Wears Prada? Well, that picture is Meryl Streep in that movie. And the first type of customer that I'm going to talk about is called the director. They may be one of the most difficult people to deal with. And see, I can laugh at the director because I'll tell you right off the bat, that is my personality type. So I can make a lot of fun. Now, I'm not as bad as Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada, but in some of these characteristics of the director, I'm more like this type of person. The director, because as I give you the characteristics of this person, I want you to think about the customers that you've seen lately. Or the person that, this describes the one, that's Mr. Jones. I hate it when he walks in. I try to go to the back room and have someone else deal with him. Because the director is the take charge type. They typically refuse small talk. They can be demanding and seem intimidating. If there's a problem, they could be unwilling to consider their alternative. They determine the relevance of your service very quickly because a director makes decisions very quickly. And they have clear goals and want the best value for the lowest price with the time frame they set, which is usually immediately. So, on your handout, because I want you to take good notes because I want you to apply what I'm talking about, but the director is the get to it, I want results and I want it yesterday. Does anyone, can you think of a director that you've come into close contact with lately? By show of hands. Any directors? You may be one yourself. Don't be ashamed. I told you right off the bat that was my personality type. All right, so let's move on to the second type of customer that you may encounter. Well, no, it's not may, you will. And that would be the socializer. The socializer is the person who usually everybody likes. But take note that the socializer, they may like your business, the service or the product that you offer, but the main reason that they are a customer is because they like you or someone on your staff. That's how they make decisions. They will shop a variety of places where they have friendships. So they're not that loyal to the brand or to the business because it's based on the relationship. If they're your friend, they're going to spend money in your place of business. They love conversation and establishing new relationships. Very outgoing, and likability is the most important buying criteria. Now, remember, I told you that I was a director. Well, I was in the bank last week, and I'm in a hurry. I'm ready to just make a deposit and get out of here. Well, the lady in front of me took over 15 minutes because she was just talking about her dog and her kids, and I'm in the back. Could you just hurry up? I really want to just go find a manager and have that woman removed from the counter, because that person is the socializer. She's in there. She wants to be recognized and wants to talk about everything, and I really just want to get down to business and get on going. So, socializers, you may like them, but remember that you really want to let them know that you have that relationship with them, because that is how they are loyal to you. If someone else makes them a friend, you may not see them as often, so keep note of that. The third type of personality that you will encounter is called the relator. Now, the relator has some similar qualities as the socializer. However, the relator, they want to be a part of a group. And you want this type of customer, you want many of these, because I call the relators, that the relators have tribes. They have a following of people, because since they want to be a part of a group, they're the ones that tell all of their friends, this is where you should go, and we should all go together, because they feel like they are a part of your business. So they have a strong need to feel part of a group. Your business will likely become a part of his or her network on the list of go-to providers that they tell all their friends and family about. This customer knows someone who can assist them to get what they want, because they're going to get to know everyone in your establishment because they feel like they're a part of your business. And they want to be able to make sure this is the right place to tell all my friends about. They're a wonderful customer that will have endless source of referrals. And they will spy and report back to the manager because they know someone that knows someone. So that's a little tip you really want to take note of, because, and I'm going to get into how you deal with each one of them, but can you think of a relator that you've encountered lately? More likely you see them often. They've sent tons of people to you. And last, the type of personality that you will encounter is called the analyzer. Now, if I had are there any analyzers in the room? Do you think you are? You love information. You really not big on on relationships. You want quality and you want facts, data, information. They seek information and assess all possibilities before making a decision. Now, this type of customer, they probably know your business better than you because they've done their research. They've read every manual, every consumer report, everything that's out there about you. They know it. They love facts, details, and descriptions. They read manuals in fine print. They're the ones that once they check in, they go up and read all the books and the manual that you keep upstairs they probably don't read the Bible, but they'll read everything else that you have in the room. They value information more than small talk, and they require accuracy and analysis. So again, this is the customer that wants to know all the information. If they're checking in, don't give them all the small talk, just give them pamphlets because they just want to read it. And for those who raised their hands that they were an analyzer, you know what I'm talking about.
They work in accounting.
Yeah, in your typical careers of analyzers, they're going to be your doctors, accountants. They really have high standards for quality. So, I've gone over the 4 types of personality. You're probably sitting here like, okay, yeah, I know those people and I'm one of them, but what do I do with this information? Well, I'm going to tell you. No need to ponder. I'm going to tell you how to deal with each type of personality, and hopefully you will use this information to pinpoint them when they walk through the door, or for those that you already know, put them in a category and figure out how you're going to tailor your communication and your service to them so that they continue to come to your place of business time and time again. All right, let's go back to the director, that dominant driver type personality. Well, how do you deal with someone like me? I mean, how do you deal with the director? Well, first, give facts clearly and immediately. Skip the small talk. Just give them what they ask for, because they're not trying to form a relationship with you anyway. Brevity and clarity is appreciated. Allow them to make their own decisions because they already know what's best. Eliminate the small talk as much as possible, as I stated several times again. Don't be a roadblock to their goal, but what you can do is compliment them on their direct style and decisiveness. I know, I'll give you an example. When I was in pharmaceutical sales, I did that for 13 years. I had a lot of doctors that fell into this category, and most pharmaceutical reps did not like the doctors that fit into this category. But I was great friends with them because I got straight to the point, and I made them feel important by telling them that they were important. They love that. So, and also, this is not on the screen, but this is also to note, is that directors like dealing with people who are confident. So even if they make you shake in your boots, don't show it. You act like you know what you're talking about, and you direct them where they need to go, and go on to something else. Got it? All right. All right, let's talk about the socializer. How are you going to deal with them? Because mind you, they're your friends, and they've already told you that they're your friend. So what you want to do with them is give them compliments liberally. Remember to use their name. Put a star by that. Because if a socializer has been coming into your place of business and you don't know their name, they're insulted. Because how can you be my friend and have a relationship with me when you cannot remember my name? Make them feel important. Know that the relationship matters greatly, and they will not buy from you unless they like you. So if you put someone up front that's a stick in the mud or rude, they're going to take it personally. Keep the experience fun and social. That's how you deal with the socializer. Compliments and know their name. All right, in the the relator, and I forgot to tell you that the picture up here is Joel Osteen, because before he became the pastor of Lakewood, he was in the background. He's the head pastor now, but that is not his natural state to be up front and in charge. He likes to be in the background, but really have those close relationships with everybody on his team. And he's a very likable person. So with the relator, what you want to do is ask their opinion of the products and services. Remember, they're the ones telling everybody about your business, and they feel like they are a part of your business. You have to include them in the group. So you can just simply say, hey, you know what, we're trying to decide if we should roll out this plan or this new product. What do you think of it? Tell me what you think. Should we do this? They love that. Include them in the decision-making process. Remember, they share their perceptions and experiences of your business and staff with others, bad or good. So make them feel like they are a part of your business. I can't say that enough. And last, with the analyzer. Now, this is a person who has all this information to share and no one to share it with, because probably their close friends and families just say, hey, I've had enough of it. I don't want to hear anymore. But what you can do is ask them about this information. If they're coming to your business and I tell you that they have done their research, you should ask them, what do they think of this? Because more likely they have researched it. Provide facts and data to ensure statements are backed up. If they ask you for something, please make sure that it's correct, because when they go back and check, because they will, you're going to lose brownie points with them if you've given them some incorrect information. They thrive on quality. imperfection. So if you don't know something, don't just tell them I don't know, and I'll find out. Be upfront and direct with them with detailed information, and invite them to share their knowledge and ask them their opinion. That's a compliment, because again, they've done all this research and no one to share it with. And if you ask them to share it with you, oh boy, they're going to be your customer for a long, long time. So I've given you some tips on how to identify the four different personalities and how to deal with them. But why is this important? Because when you understand different personalities, you improve the level of customer service that you give. And I don't know if you know this already, but you should, that effective customer service, if you improve in that area, just a few points, you're going to see increased profits, increased market share, and an increase in brand reputation. And I know you want good brand reputation. So again, I said in the beginning that it's not a luxury to try to improve customer service. I mean, now it's a necessity because of the competition, how everything is changing. The economy is starting to come back and people are spending more money. So now is your time to get into that competitive advantage area and acquire those customers that you don't have, and also try to keep the ones that you do. So I'm going to close with one story. A few years ago, this professor at a large university, it was final exam time, and he was addressing the class and said, you know what, I really think you all have done a great job. I commend you for your hard work. You all have attended most of my classes, and you've been so much fun this whole year. So as a reward, for anybody who does not want to take the final exam, you'll get a C for the class. You don't even have to take it. So just raise your hand if you don't want to take the exam and you just want to take a C for the semester. Well, one guy raised his hand, and then a couple seconds later, 2 more people, then 3 more people. Then before you knew it, that half the class raised their hand. He said, well, for everybody who raised your hand, you are excused, and you'll be getting the C for the semester. Oh, they were high-fiving. Oh, yeah, let's go get a drink. We're done with class. And they left. And for those that remained, he starts passing out the exam. He said, you know, I commend you all for not taking the C. You want to take the exam because more likely you want to get a higher grade. And I hope you take this opportunity to apply this as a life lesson that, instead of just accepting mediocrity, to always do your best and go for the goal. Try to reach for the highest. And then he said, now you can turn your papers over. And on that sheet of paper it said, congratulations, A+, for that outstanding job, that they refused to accept mediocrity. Now I'll share that story with you today because if you just take this information, it's been a great lunch, and yeah, what she shared was great. I think I'm an analyzer or a director, I don't know which one. That's pretty much saying, I'll accept mediocrity. And what we do already is good enough. Or you can say, I think we need to do better. Our customers deserve better. And I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, and our whole business is going to do better. You can do that and create the experience that you want your customers to experience and get an A+ for an outstanding job. And I think I'm right on time, but with that, I want to close, and I'll go just to let you know that I am here to assist you to create that experience that you want. I will come in and do an assessment with your company, and I focus on leadership, management, personality profiles, sales and marketing, and business operations. So if you have any questions about any of these or what I've shared with you today, Here's all of my contact information, and I will be around at the end of the program. Thank you for having me.